everyone. My name is Cara David, and today I'll be conducting fireside chats with some of Inspiro's top executives. Inspiro is one of the first BPO companies in the Philippines. Founded in 2002, Inspiro is a homegrown Filipino outsourcing company that spans across 4 continents, including North and Latin America, Australia, and the Asia Pacific region. Inspiro's brand of service is rooted on malasakit. This is a Filipino term which means genuine care and compassion. To tell us more about Inspiro's core value of malasakit, joining me today is Inspiro's Chief People Officer, Mr. Marvin Victoriano. Hi, Marvin!
Hi, Cara.
Nako, Marvin, Chief People Officer ka pala.
Yes.
Yun na pala ang
Yes.
tawag ngayon, ano? Alam niyo everyone, si Marvin and I went to the same school in college. We are both graduates of journalism. Tama ba? UP Journalism.
UP journalism back in 19 something. But yeah. Huwag na natin sabihin ng mga student number.
And
But
now,
yeah.
head of human resources or chief people officer, I'm sure nagagamit mo rin kahit paano yung journalistic skills na natutunan mo in college.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, it was a pleasant surprise because I didn't really think of going into human resource management. It's someone took a chance on me when I was fresh from college. Tapos, yeah, tama. Nagagamit naman. I mean, unknown to a lot of people, HR has a lot of writing, a lot of research, of course, interviewing. So yung mga skills na nakuha natin sa nagagamit siya.
Nagagamit naman. Oo.
Pati investigative kasama doon.
Now, your official position in the company in Inspiro is Chief People Officer. Bakit Chief People Officer yung tawag and not simply HR head or head of human resources?
Right. The BPO industry talaga is really people intensive. And to be able to capture that these agents and team leaders and the business support folks that we have are not just mere statistics or not just mere resources, to a means to an end. Pag wala talagang mga empleyado, wala talaga ang BPO industry, and this is why we have thrived, over the many years. Kasi there is always the people component. We want to take care of the people who actually also take care of our clients' customers. So when we talk about being a chief people officer, it's not just about delivering numbers, not just about fill rates and retention stats. It's really taking care of them from the time that we source them all the way to them getting onboarded all throughout their life cycle. So we take a look at all of that.
Oo. Kasi when you say human resource, parang doesn't sound human, no? Parang it's a statistic, it's a resource, parang kapareho ng isang material, parang ganun siya. Pero when you talk about, we have people, ang persons, merong personality, may pamilya yan, di ba? May mga iba't ibang mga kailangan mong asikasuhin.
Correct, and that's a holistic approach to human resource management as we know it, no? And dito talaga sa BPO industry, lumabas yung mga ganyan. I mean, prior to us being part of the Philippine workforce, unheard of naman ng mga perks, no? And mga benefits na talagang naman sa BPO industry lang ang nag-introduce. And what's nice about Inspiro is because we are led by Filipino leaders, hitik na hitik, no? Very much targeted to the Philippine culture, yung mga benefits at saka yung mga initiatives namin in employee welfare.
Kasi iba talaga ang brand of service ng Filipino eh. Dahil closely knit yung ating mga pamilya, yung service natin talagang parang mas personal siya. Tama ba?
Yes, very much personal. Plus, what we've seen also is in the Philippine context, ang lakas ng importansya, pagpapahalaga doon sa relationship, within the team, with your team leaders, with your leaders, and that translates very well to establishing rapport and establishing a good relationship with your customers who call in.
Sabi
So,
hmm.
yeah.
Sabi mo kanina, meron yung mga benefits that you have there in Inspiro because you're led by a Filipino, talagang Filipino-centric din. Ano yung
Mhm.
pagkakaiba dun sa mga packages and benefits that you offer na hindi karaniwang ino-offer ng isang company run by a foreigner or someone from abroad?
Sure. The benefits itself is pretty standard across
Mm,
the industry, no?
mm.
Siguro ang maganda lang sa Inspiro is when we come up with special initiatives and special projects,
Oo.
talagang naka-ano siya, naka-target siya doon sa employee audience, no? So for example, we have launched several initiatives like before meron kaming linaunch na how do you call this? Parang utility assistance for the utility bills, no? So yung initiative yung incentive is in the form of we'll be able to subsidize part of your electric bill, ganyan. So it's
Oh,
very, that was a promo, that was something that we tried out, and it was quite successful. Here amidst the COVID crisis,
oo.
we know very very important yung maraming gustong pumasok maraming gustong kumita. So we've come up with special shuttle services
Oh,
like door to door at a
nice.
certain point to really be able to help. We even provided some meal assistance and meal subsidies.
Mm.
Of course, meron din kaming provide na uh, mga masks, because
Mm.
we really wanna take care of our employees, no?
Mm.
So that ang maganda lang dito, Kara, is although we are Philippine-centric, yung
Mm.
mga ganong attitudes, mga ganong values, na-translate din namin sa ibang mga locations and ibang geographies namin where we're present. So you mentioned about malasakit earlier, and
Oo.
that is really a core value, no? And it's very, very Filipino. But it's nice to actually hear our employees from Nicaragua or employees from the United States also talking about malasakit because it's something cultural that we bring
No,
also there, and they
talaga?
will also, yeah.
So, ibig sabihin yung mga taga Nicaragua at taga Amerika, they know what malasakit is?
They know what malasakit is, and they know that it is really part of our DNA. And so, we basically interweave all of these in our day-to-day activities. It's interwoven in our balanced scorecard. It's interwoven in our employee-centric initiatives.
Oo.
So, yun yung kagandahan kasi it's a universal value that we really celebrate globally.
And what was their reaction nung tinuturo niyo sa kanila na you have to go beyond what you're called for, you have to go beyond what your job description is because that is malasakit.
Right.
Naging very receptive ba sila kaagad?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because we break it down into, of course, we have to translate it, loosely into the English language and say, it's deep concern. It's really making sure that you're after the welfare of the company as
Mm.
well as your team members or teammates, and as well as yung may malasakit ka sa trabaho mo. So when you break it down to that,
Mm.
and you see that in our code of conduct. You see that in the collaterals that we put up in the sites. It's something that we preach and practice at the same time. It really becomes second nature to them because they understand why we do things the way we do. They
Yeah.
understand the reason why there are certain business directions that we take, and we don't just do lip service. Nakikita talaga nila,
Oo,
no? That when
oo.
we talk about making sure that you have a good understanding of how your work impacts the entire organization. So it's echoed in all levels, no, of the organization.
And malasakit goes hand in hand with another core value of Inspiro. This is bayanihan.
Yes, actually, the value system that we have, we coined it as team is more, because we truly believe that in an organization
Mm.
like ours, we really need to work as a team,
Mm.
and no one is able to really, everyone has something to contribute.
Yeah.
So marami kami mga initiatives with regard to people suggesting process improvement initiatives.
Oo.
Some of the best ideas that we've had came from our agents because we provide an opportunity for them to raise their hand and make suggestions.
Talaga,
We
so very
also,
democratic. Very
sorry?
democratic ang very democratic diyan.
Oo, meron kaming, meron kaming Lean Six Sigma community that's all about pushing process improvement, and we open that to everyone. We also have certain initiatives wherein they can make suggestions either through their team leaders or directly to us. So meron na kaming mga maraming projects na tinake on based on suggestions of our employees. So they feel part of it kasi I think that it's also very Filipino that they need to belong. As I said, relationship is very important to the Filipino culture, and we also want to make sure that they feel connected,
Mm.
particularly now, no, in amidst the COVID crisis. We're very cognizant of the fact that people still need to feel that they're part of a bigger group.
Yeah.
Although there is individual contribution for sure, they know that they contribute for the success of their entire team. So
Mm.
team is more as a very big value system for us, and we trumpet that all the time. Yeah.
Kasi kasi mas nai-inspire din magtrabaho ang isang tao kapag alam niyang, "Ay, meron akong contribution dito. Hindi ako maliit na bagay lang dito sa kumpanyang ito. I
Correct.
matter."
Yes. And with that, they take ownership of their work. They take ownership of their career choices. They take ownership of the development that they have. So maganda, no? Hindi siya one way.
Yeah.
It's a very interactive, may sharing of responsibility to really grow the business.
Oh.
Kasi nga may malasakit yung bawat isa doon sa trabaho, doon sa kumpanya, doon sa kapwa nila.
But what kind of people are you looking for?
Oh wow! You know what Inspiro is? We pride ourselves in the fact that we have quite a variety of quite a portfolio, no, of accounts. So marami kaming mga clients in different verticals. We call them verticals.
Oh.
So when we go out to the market and look for talent,
Oh.
yes, we process them for specific accounts. But if they don't quite make it to the cut, we have several other accounts that we can suggest for them, no, to recommend them. So meron kaming mga accounts for domestic clients, meron din kaming for international, meron customer service, meron technical support. We even have chat and email services, no? So for those that are not too hot on voice work, so meron din non-voice work kaming offer.
So
It's
hindi
a
kailangan
good
magaling
variety.
mag-English. Hindi kailangan magaling mag-English at magandang diction.
May minimum requirement naman. Pero what we do kasi is we always enroll them to what we call some language learning sessions before they go into training on product specific or service specific items, no. So meron naman may refinement of the communication skills. But what's really important really is comprehension skills. Very, very important. The willingness to improve, no? And so a lot of it is very attitudinal. In fact, when we hire, ang mga profiles na hinahanap namin is really based on competencies. So as a chief people officer and as leading a team, that's what we do. We really understand what the account is about, what they're looking for. We list out the qualities and the competencies that would make these people successful. And then we go out to the market and look for them. And so it's a lot of attitude kasi skill is learned naman, Kara. Skill is developed. Diba? Over time.
Pero yung attitude, iba yun.
Iba yun. Iba yun. And I'd have to say that for, again, the Filipino worker has a yes, I can attitude. Go-getter tayo eh.
Totoo.
Diba?
And always willing to learn.
And always willing to learn, very resilient, very
humble.
and so we want to be able to provide an environment for them to thrive. So as I said, dun sa recruitment process, we're able to really put them in the right account so that they will thrive. And then they have opportunities also to move around later on once they're with us.
Oo.
I know you've spoken to a couple of people already, no, that have rose within the ranks, no, from us. So meron talagang ganun din kaming programs.
Oo, oo. And what I like about Inspiro is that you have a very diverse portfolio pagdating sa clients. So you're
Yes.
able to mix and match kung anong klaseng tao ang bagay doon.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
And we have a lot of opportunities. Meron dyan, I mean, a lot of our applicants would have certain preferences in terms of schedule. Some
Mm.
of them are, they just want to try it out for several weeks or several months. So we actually have opportunities like that. We have seasonal hiring. We have graveyard shift accounts. We also have daytime shift accounts.
Mm.
So, and then we're also scattered, across Metro Manila. We also have operations in Dumaguete and Iloilo. So
Mm.
there's even opportunities for them to go back home. We know that some people from Dumaguete, from Iloilo, sumabak sila sa Manila, and then later on they wanna go back to their hometown, and there's even opportunities for them to go back home. So maganda talaga.
How nice, how nice. So working for a BPO company is not a dead end career,
Oh
contrary
no,
to what a lot of people think.
no, there's a lot of opportunity.
Mm.
If you think about how a BPO is run,
Mm.
it goes beyond just operations. No,
Yeah.
so as an agent, they can definitely go into a team leader role, and then later on head operations. But there's also support functions that
Mm.
they can develop their skills into. Meron dyan yung mga agents and team leaders who later on became trainers and quality specialists.
Mm.
Even in my team, in human resources, I actually have had agents and team leaders who've crossed over and became human resource practitioners. No?
Correct.
So maraming opportunities, and we're open to that. In fact,
Oh,
we always have internal job postings. We publish those because we really want to be able to provide opportunities for our
oo.
employees.
And because very democratic yung processes ninyo dyan sa loob, parang everybody is has a voice. Everybody can make an opinion, lahat pinakikinggan.
Yes, yes. And also, I like to say na nagkaroon na rin tayo ng maraming opportunities for the Filipino talent to
Mm.
showcase their skills outside the country. So we have a group of people that are actually decked in Japan right now to help our mother company with some of their accounts. We've
Oo.
had we've had what we call them tiger teams. So select group of people, halo-halo yan, from operations, from training, from quality. They've actually helped set up our operations in Nicaragua and the US. So nakakatuwa because for the longest time, and I consider myself one of the pioneers, in the industry here in the Philippines. So
Oo.
many times it's people from the US going here and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
helping us out. But this times dito lang ako talaga nakaranas na it's the Filipino talent that goes out and really establishes best practices across other geographies.
Oo, kasi karaniwan parang ganyan yung practice, 'di ba? Parang
Yeah.
you want to level up or improve, you get a talent from abroad tapos sila
Yeah.
yung tuturo. Pero sa Inspiro baliktad siya. Yung Filipino manager can go out into the world and actually teach other people,
Yeah.
other nationalities on how to
Mhm.
do the BPO industry, kung paano ginagawa yung best practices ng BPO industry.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's kind of like unique to us, or at least we pioneered that. No,
Mm.
kasi nga we have that global footprint. So the Filipino talent goes out there to the different geographies.
Nice, nice, nice. Pero merong isa pang impression that working daw in a BPO company is very stressful. Mahaba daw ang work hours, stress level is very high, kulang daw sa tulog. Is this true?
Stress is always going to be there, di
Yeah.
ba? That's why we want to be able to create employee-centric activities
Mm-mm.
so that people can be stressed. Stressful naman talaga kahit na anong trabaho, di ba?
Oh,
I mean, lalo na if you're in an account, let's say, that deals with irate customers.
Oo, oo,
Siguro kagandahan lang with agent work, and this is my personal opinion,
oo,
is that, at the end of the shift, when they log out, tapos na yung work for the day. It's
oo.
not like
Dudaan ka sa
other
bahay.
industries wherein kailangan mo dalhin sa bahay or i-continue mo yung work. No? So sa kanila, when the call ends, it ends. And that's why it's also very appealing to a lot of people. Yes, it can be stressful, pero may hangganan siya. Di ba?
Ganun siya.
Um, but with regard to the way Inspiro manages stress, no, we realize that multifaceted ang tao. So we want to be able to really listen to what they want, what they're
Oo.
all about, and we provide that opportunity. So meron kaming mga team parties. Meron pa nga akong I even created we even have what we call an employee engagement team, no? And
Employee engagement team, what do they do?
so basically, they're the fun people. They're the ones that make sure that people are able to de-stress. So during breaks, or within their shift, we sometimes have games, we sometimes have pizza parties, and operations also has special projects. So they also have a Rara team that goes around the floor, gives people pats on the back, mga instant prizes. We also provide opportunities for them. Prior to COVID, we would have activities like a holiday party where people just come together and really be together. No? So we're able to do all of that, and it's a good release of stress,
So meron
especially if
kang
you're doing it with
yeah.
your team members, now with your teammates.
So meron kang isang group devoted to cheer up people?
Yes, yes. It's
Sali ako diyan.
basically pero hindi siya Kara, I pride myself on the fact na hindi lang siya basta masaya.
Oo.
We really want to be able to anchor our activities with key messages coming from top leadership. So I'll give an example. I talked about the holiday parties, di ba? So it's a
Oo.
way, in the holiday parties kasi, what we do is we have the sites come up with production numbers. Para siyang That's Entertainment na Saturday edition.
Oo, oo.
So every site will have that. And the theme of the parties, hindi lang siya basta dahil yun yung uso o yun yung in, no? So I'll give an example. Two examples. So one is we were going to be faced with a very difficult year ahead.
Oo.
And we wanted to have a rara kind of a theme. So what we did was the theme was We Can Do It. So
We
we
can
asked the site leaders and their teams to learn a new skill totally out of their comfort zone.
Okay.
We provided them, tutors. So some of them learned how to belly dance, bartending, acrobatic. May
Galing!
nag-acrobatic. Oh. And then they presented that to during the holiday party, and it had that thing that, hey, the leaders are willing to go out of our comfort zone. We can do it. So
Oh,
can you. Diba?
galing. Parang yung idea, achievement unlocked siya. Para
Yes. Yes.
to show everyone that kahit gaano ka nakataas sa company, you can still and you should still learn something new.
And that's the way we do our initiatives. We really want it purposeful. Kasi we understand our demographic, no? So we do a lot of listening. So when we come up with these themes and these activities, we do a lot of focus group discussions, surveys. Parang meaningful siya, no? Parang meaningful. I remember the time that another Christmas party that we had, no, was during the time that Yolanda hit. And we already have set it up. It was ang theme namin noon was 80s. So we wanted na parang okay, fun, pero ang hirap naman magsaya. Sabi yung mga kababayan natin So what we did was we made it like a fundraising kind of activity. We tied up with the Habitat for Humanity.
Nice.
And the site actually adopted a barangay. So if they won, then people will houses will be built, no, in their community. So nagkaroon ng magandang site wars, no, magandang competition kasi we're fighting for a cause. And we even went so far as if you attended the party, the company will put a particular amount into a fund which we will also donate.
Mm-mm.
So ganun yung ano, that's the way we incorporate and we really embrace our employees, no? We take
Oo.
a look at what is important to them, and we come up with something creative, something fun, so that it's a meaningful existence, it's a meaningful activity for them.
So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabing cheer up the employees, hindi siya yung tipong toxic positivity na, ay, think positive, ganun lang, di ba? Parang meron siyang meaning, meron siyang hugot, meron,
Meron.
meron siyang katuturan.
Meron siyang katuturan.
Oo.
Kasi we know enough that yun nga, like for example, we want to make sure that they have a strong connection with their team leaders. So some of a quick game is like we post baby pictures of the team leaders. Tapos ima-match lang nila. Yung ganun lang, it's as simple as that. It generates conversation. It
Correct.
generates connection.
Mm-mm.
And that's why that's why it's effective.
What I like about what you told me, yung mga CSR ninyo.
Mm.
Kasi parang yung team building activities ninyo hindi lang para sa inyo pero para rin sa larger team natin, which is the country.
Absolutely. We know that we're part of a community, and we
Oo.
want to be able to really take care of that. We're not just providing jobs,
Yes.
diba, for people within the community. We want to be a positive influence to that, and that's why we have a lot of CSR projects. In fact, once a year
Mm-mm.
we would have a CSR day
Mm-mm.
that starts in the Philippines and
Mm-mm.
within the 24-hour period
Mm-mm.
crosses borders. So may CSR Day din sa Nicaragua, may CSR Day din sa US. And what we do is we ask for volunteers. And these are people that are coming from the graveyard shift, no? Diretso sila doon. And they will help certain chosen beneficiaries. And we've chosen the youth as our main beneficiary, no? So we're up there 5 o'clock in the morning, some of us straight from a graveyard shift,
Oo.
repainting walls,
Galing.
doing classes for kids, visiting hospitals. So
Mm-mm.
ganon yung ano, clean up drives. So ganon yung activities. No? It's all about volunteerism. And these people, our employees actually raise funds so that they can purchase the materials that they would need for the CSR day. So ang gandang value, no?
Yeah.
Yung nabanggit mo, yung bayanihan. Because
Yung
we do
totoong
believe,
bayanihan.
oo, kasi you cannot isolate yourselves eh. And you
Totoo.
know what, the PPO industry has been very blessed. So we want to be able to share our blessings then.
And give back.
We give back.
Yeah.
And that gives purpose again. That's something that inspires people.
Yeah.
No? Na hindi lang kami basta gagawa ng pera, hindi lang basta take-in calls, that
Mm-mm.
meron din activities na pwede silang mag-give back sa community nila. And so we want to provide that opportunity as well.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And how has this helped the mindset of your employees? Mas naging socially aware ba sila sa kanilang lipunan? Mas
It
gumanda
goes
ba yung trabaho nila because they know that they're working in a larger community?
Yes, it goes back to the core value of malasakit eh.
Mm-mm.
So, iba, if you love your work, if you love what you do, you
Mm-mm.
cannot help but share that. Eh. You cannot help but express that and help people around. Yung aming employee referral program in recruitment is our top recruiting sourcing channel. What
Mm-mm.
does that say? That people enjoy what they're doing in Inspiro and they're inviting their friends and family. No,
Mm-mm.
so that's a strong testament to we're doing something right and that we're also reaching out to other members of our family, our community, to join our organization and be happy as well. No, so that cuts across Inspiro, Infocom, and other organizations within our umbrella organization. So it's really fun.
And I understand marami dun sa mga employees of Inspiro talagang decades na yung growth diyan sa sa company. Hindi marami daw sa mga bosses ninyo talagang 10 years, 12 years na in the company, hindi lumilipat sa iba kaagad.
Marami kaming, in fact, I would say practically all of our top leaders rose from the ranks. So they
Ayan.
know how it is. And it's also very inspirational. Kasi alam nila kung ano yung trabaho ng isang agent. And so
Oo.
they understand, they have a lot of empathy in terms of what the stresses and what the agents go through. But yes, our retention rate is really best in class.
Mm-mm.
I know for a fact that in some of our, some of our BPO competitors,
Mm.
few months lang ang nalalast, no, ng mga
Oo.
agents and team leads. For us, we have agents that have been with us more than 5 years, 8 years.
Mm.
We celebrate people who've actually unlocked achievements. Been with us for more than 15 years. No, I think employee number 11 is still with us. So talagang a very very tenured employee base dito sa Inspiro.
Oo, oo. At saka I think I think mas maraming maeengganyo rin magtrabaho if you know that your boss really knows what he's talked about kasi he has experienced it for
Yes.
himself.
Yes. There's a lot of benefit to that.
Kung kunyari yung boss mo ay dati ring call center agent, dati ring team leader, 'di ba? Mas maniniwala ka doon sa sinasabi niya kasi alam mong alam niya yung ginagawa niya eh.
And there are times that our leaders still taken calls, or are escalated calls and all of that. So it helps
Bakit?
us. Well, it's a refresher of sorts. It's also one way to keep you grounded. It's one way to make sure that you understand what the landscape is now
Mm.
currently at. So may
Mhm.
mga ganon.
Mhm.
Either you take in calls or you buddy up para naiintindihan mo rin talaga kung ano yung nangyayari ngayon. So
Par
it's a very experiential way
mm.
of managing. We walk the floor, we do our focus group discussions. So it's not just managing via email or managing via, up there in Mount Olympus. No? So even in that for me, it's across the organization, Kara.
Yeah.
Even my HR teams, they walk the floor. The trainers do a lot of huddles, yung mga ganyan. So hindi siya managing via email or just stuck in the office.
Right,
Uh,
right,
yeah.
right. Parang ang main takeaway ko dito is more than the financial and material resources, talagang yung tao talaga ang pinaka main resource ninyo. Sila talaga yung pinaka bina-value ng kumpanya.
Because if you take care of the people, they will take care of business. Because they have an appreciation that yun nga, meron silang ambag, meron silang contribution sa malaking goal ng organization. And that's why whenever we come up with our RARA activities, with our direction setting, we want to make sure that that trickles down all the way to the all the levels,
Oo.
and that's manifested in the scorecards. That's manifested in the communication information campaigns that we launch because we want people to be aware, that team is more, di ba? And that we cannot do it alone. We need everybody to pitch.
So ang totoong boss pala talaga dito yung mga tao.
Absolutely. I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
Nako,
Tama-tama talaga. It's a united effort.
ang galing. So ibig sabihin sa Inspiro, ang tunay na boss ay yung mismong mga tao. Ngayon naintindihan ko na kung bakit Chief People Officer ka, Marvin. Thank you for reminding us that every employee is not just a statistic, hindi lang sila human resource. Sila ay mga tao na kailangan ng growth at kailangan ng malasakit. Salamat, Marvin. It was very, very enlightening to talk with you.
Many thanks din. Maraming salamat.
Salamat.
Thank you.